All right. Hey, good morning, Chris. Or I guess I don't know what time it's there. We've never done the podcast this early on my time, I don't think.
It's early afternoon. Your hair looks great for bedhead.
Oh man.
Very,
Thanks,
it's
buddy.
like you kind of got the Einstein look going, bro. Like
Yeah, it's coming
it's like
back. It's coming back.
it's like orderly, but everyone knows it's you. Kind of
Thanks.
digging like the salt and pepper look too.
You know what? It's evening out a bit, and that's helping. It's not so, you know, lopsided, I think, how it kind of
All
started
that
growing in.
all that to say you look good, buddy.
Thanks, man. I feel good this morning. I feel good this week, and I think overall January's been good. I feel happier.
It's your birthday tomorrow, ain't it?
Uh, no, my birthday's on Tuesday, and I'm
Wait,
trying not to really overthink it because I already had a tiny celebration, which I was happy about.
wait, 27th?
Yeah, 27th.
Oh, fuck.
That's okay, buddy.
You'd think I'd know by now. You'd think I'd know.
I think you're the 13th.
I don't know why I thought it was the 26th.
That's funny. That's all right, whatever. I know. I took it off Facebook like fucking 15 years ago, so don't make it easy on people.
I'm I always remember it's in the 20s, but I think I have like ignorance. I also have a bunch of friends whose birthdays are like in the November 20th, and I literally cannot remember when they are. I just know it's in the 20s. I think I'm maybe like have numeracy issues for numbers in the 20s. I'm not sure.
Oh, dude, I still have name remembering issues. And I have such a hard time remembering people's names. Um, I don't know. I
Man,
I use a cheat guide. I literally
you gotta care.
I write down people's names,
Care.
pretending I'm on my phone. In our first like minute of meeting. It probably looks
Really,
terrible.
you introduce yourself and then immediately pull out your phone.
Uh, so it's around like the 45-second mark. No, no, no. Typically, it's a group. Like if we're meeting people in a group or something. Like I try to find a moment to like, well, I'm gonna forget this name. So if I don't write it down now,
You gotta do, mnemonics.
I
Like
know.
if you're in a circle,
Yeah, I know
you go
how it
like,
works. Like it's like gray sweater, funky hair, funky gray gay dude, whatever. Like you got to do that mnemonic, trying to associate with words kind of concept. And I think it does work, but the problem is I'm having a hard time double thinking. Like I'm trying to have a good conversation and I can't.
here's the trick then, right? Like
Okay.
in 5 minutes, you just reconfirm because you still have like the window where you're like allowed to forget. So like if I'm like going into an away game house party in 5 minutes, I'll just try and repeat everybody's name one more time. And then they'll still forgive you if you forget, like within the first half hour. You know what I mean?
So do you
So
purposely? Yeah. So sometimes what I do is I purposely like, hey, you're Alan, right, or whatever. Like I try to say their name out loud. I try to say it 3 times. Like a good trick. But I find there's a lot of people you only get a quick introduction with. Like you don't even get a conversation with, but you met them because that's
totally,
that person's girlfriend. So I didn't even talk to them, but
totally.
I want to write down their names so I can converse with them later. Like your ski trip is, I'm glad I
Oh
know
man, dude,
half the people
I know
there.
I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do next time though. Bro, just make it easy for everybody. Fucking name tags. Just bring name tags. Because I know so many
Whoa,
people. Just
whoa,
do name
that's
tags.
name tags.
It's
Interesting.
actually like a really good connecting point. It's just like,
Yeah,
hey, everybody wear name tags tonight. Learn that one
interesting.
off a podcast of a professional party thrower, and I think it works.
Interesting. I think fun name tags could be fun. Um, Everybody gets like a cup as they arrive, or something dumb like, or it's like they're like personalized somehow. Like it'd be fun to have like name tags that weren't just fucking hello, my name is, you know.
Yeah, then it's starting to lead into swingers party. I don't know if I'm down for that.
Oh, got it. There's pineapples and stuff.
Oh, Adil's got a green wristband. What's going on there?
That's funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
true that. You know what? Maybe it's tried and true is good. Um, yeah, I don't
What'd
know.
you do for your birthday?
I went to, I just had one small event at Longview Steakhouse, which was fun.
Oh,
Um,
the reso I forgot about. I like literally could not think who gave me that reso. I was like talking to Paul and Alan and Dave. I'm like, dude, why is this in my calendar?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and it really didn't have a great choice of the perfect date because I kind of got on the last minute waiting list. And it wasn't that perfectly organized. I didn't really know how many seats I needed. I kind of just last minute did it. And but it turned out into a great day. It turned into just a great fun day. It was nice. We went out to Okotoks early and went to like a cafe there, just around lunch. And then we played some disc golf in the cold. Well, it wasn't that cold, but it was great. A little disc golf course there in Okotoks, and then made our way to Longview Jerky to get some jerky, which I've never been to before. And then finally made it to the steakhouse for the sunset, which was perfect. It was great. And
yeah, they
then,
have a
what'd you say?
they have a nice location there up on the hill.
Yeah, it's a panoramic view. It's a beautiful view of the mountains, and it's pretty iconic. It's nice. Yeah. And then somebody gifted me fireworks, and then we shot off fireworks. They
Nice.
yeah, weird. Like how all like rural gas stations, there's an occasional rural gas station that sells fireworks, right?
I gotta tell you, man, I've never purchased fireworks in my life.
Yeah, this is a weird one. Never. Have you ever encountered fireworks in the wild to purchase?
Yeah, for sure. Like I just think of like those roadside stands where you can buy like fresh watermelons and then fireworks, you know?
I've never seen a fresh watermelon and fireworks stand. It's always like a really crappy gas station. Like it's a junky gas station. Typically they're near like campgrounds, like campground
Yeah,
fireworks, you know?
I don't know. I shot one off at New Year's Eve this year in here in Germany, but I mean, they're fun, but they're just like they're not worth 5 seconds of dopamine, in my opinion.
Ooh.
Like you're literally lighting money on fire. And
Yeah,
I think it has a good upside. The
it's a
downside is like you blow your hands off, which happens to like a non-zero number of Germans every year. So
okay.
it's just very asymmetric, right? You get to see small boom. It's like not even a big boom, you know?
So
And downside is like they explode in your hands, So
okay, I'll try to pump up why I like fireworks and my time of lighting
you
up
don't have
fireworks.
to. Lots of people do. Lots of
But
people do.
I will say you mentioned something perfectly wise, which was they blow up in people's hands. So I don't hold fireworks anymore. I am an adult now. I have had a Roman candle blow up in my hand, and I just know better now. It's like
It's hard
no,
to
this,
it's
this
hard to explain on Monday morning why you're missing fingers, and then you have like the dumbest story.
yeah. So um, yeah, so many stories to tell here. But yeah, so I don't know. The other people in my group were more comfortable holding fireworks, and I was literally saying to them, "Don't hold this firework. Just put it in the ground and light it." Like, no, don't do it. But I don't know. So it's okay. It's actually really fun holding a Roman candle and lighting it. You only get like 6 or 8 shots, right? Like a Roman candle is like the big stick one. It's about like a foot and a half long, and it goes like this. It goes, and then
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? And there's 6 of them or 8 of them, right? Um, but it does feel a little bit like you're in Harry Potter casting a spell. Like it's amusing. It's actually like it
It
is
it's
awesome. It does give this sense of awesome. I think Roman candle is my favorite firework, and it is the best one for money wise. But my defense on how I have a good time trying to light fireworks now is, in the handful of times I've done it, I've just gotten more optimized at trying to light them all at once. Because nobody's using fuse systems, right? Like it's you're taking a lighter out and you're lighting a tiny little fuse, and that fuse is like 2 seconds long. So I've just gotten better at fucking lining them up, knowing my orientation of how to light these 3 second fuses really quick. And this time around, I got to like 6 Roman candles in a row where I was able to light them all at once, and that was just fucking fun. So I can see the appeal of like firework, like logistical planning and doing fuse systems. That just sounds like fun, man. I would love to get into that field.
That's what everyone says moments before their hands get blown off. So I'm sure they all thought they had it under control.
True that.
But you're one of those guys. You could text me one day and be like, "Hey, I blew off my hand." I'd be like, "What'd you do?"
10 fingers,
You know,
baby. 10 fingers. Still got them.
for
Still
now,
got 'em.
for now.
Oh, yeah. Oh man. Yep. I don't hold fireworks anymore. I don't know better. I know slightly better. Oh, dude, it was the perfect night, dude. The moon wasn't out. It was like almost a new moon, but the moon was like, I don't know, it had like it was setting at like 6 a.m. or something, so it was like perfectly pitch black out there, and we had a great, beautiful, starry view. That was the best thing out there. You know, seeing all the stars is awesome.
That's sick, man. Um, yeah, that day I threw a giant party. That was awesome. Also,
Yeah,
and
dude.
sang drunken karaoke till like 3 in the morning. So
Ooh, where did you guys end up?
it was like the wildest group. It was like random ever people, the new grads, the Asian chicks like Rachel and Melissa were all there, and Alan and Paul. And we just, it's cathartic. You just crush through all the hits, you know? So, and then we stumbled out of there at like 3 in the morning, and fuck, barely remember it.
Sounds like
That's
a
a good
great
time.
time, man. Where did you guys go
Yeah, and
sing?
then this
Did
Friday,
you guys go to the classic place? What is it called?
Soleil,
Yeah, so like
Soleil.
nice.
Yeah, got kicked out at like 3, did like a mini after party till like 4:15, and then called it good.
Well done, man. You're still
Yeah,
good
and
at the
then
late nights, man.
I just love connecting people. Yeah, I'm definitely like a guy that, like you're up at 6. I'd rather be up till 6 than up at 6. You know what I mean? Like I like to approach 6 a.m. from the other side.
I do not make it past
So
2:30, man. I don't. Maybe three. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I ski trip three'd it, but I don't know. I'm a shut off point.
the only downside is like you kind of sleep in a lot and then like half your daylight's gone, which is why like I hate winter because like you just have no light
Yeah.
after like 5 p.m. But I don't know, like today I woke up at like 8 to go to yoga. So I think it's just like a balance, man. Like some days you stay in. I would say like in Germany for sure, like just because I have like fewer options here, I'm definitely like 3 times more introverted. Like this weekend, aside from Friday, like yesterday, I saw nobody. I just did stuff by myself all day long and all the way up until today as well. So, but man, on Friday, I rented an old timer train from like the 1950s, and then we just fucking drove around Dusseldorf for 2.5 and got wasted with like 15 people. It was so fun.
Yeah, I didn't realize you guys rented your own train, and I also didn't realize it was able to move. I was assuming it was a stationary
No, no, no.
train.
That
How are
thing's
you?
going around town in the public stations, and then like people are just waving to you because they're waiting for their normal train, and then they see you're having fun.
What the heck?
Dude,
That's amazing.
if if I was like in for a bigger party, I should have just picked up randoms. Be like, "What are you doing? Just get on this train." Because we had more than enough space.
This
So
is
we
um,
definitely could have just, dude, it was 600 euros. It was so cheap for like the amount of entertainment it brought. And you can just rent one fucking anytime you want. You drive around.
I did not know this was a
Fantastic.
thing. That's amazing.
It's a party
And
bond, party train.
party train, just like a party bus. Wow. How many people can you fit on a party train?
This one could hold 40. It was half empty,
Ooh,
bro. Because like, I don't have 40 friends. But I
oh,
have 20 good ones, I would say. I was
nice.
surprised that, yeah, I got some nice gifts. They made me like a custom soccer jersey for the local team. I thought that was really thoughtful and got some gift cards. So now I actually feel like a small sense of obligation. Like here, when it's your birthday, you have to bring the cake. Like it's
Oh,
work for the
interesting.
birthday person. So I'm probably gonna go to a bakery today and just order a couple cakes for work. So, but yeah, feeling pretty good. Turning 40, feel very special.
Yeah,
Threw three big
especially
parties, so I think I did my part to ring it in.
nice job. Well done.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome that you did so much. Man,
I just love when people get along too. And like now there's like friends who only see each other at like my events.
yep,
So
yep.
they're all like, "Oh man, it was nice to catch up with XYZ," you know? So
It definitely got to the point where people have been known each other for decades. It's more than decades now, right? And they're only acquaintances through through you more so. So it actually makes it quite enjoyable. I bet it's hard for newer people to jump in slightly, but I bet it's not that bad. I think it's fairly friendly group. So
totally friendly group. And I think it's just like people, you have this reputation, so people know it's just going to be a good time. And so it kind of snowballs, right? Because they come here expecting a good time. So everyone's already in a good mood,
yeah.
ready to have a good time. So you kind of definitely cross like that minimum threshold where it's just like always fun now.
Okay, so wait, now have any of your parties ever gone wrong? Has anything ever happened that went off the rails okay, or made you feel like, oh, that was either like that was firework exploding hand danger, was there or emotional danger, was there ever like, has it ever
Nothing,
happened? Is there a
nothing,
risk now you
nothing
think
that
about it?
crazy. Nothing that crazy. Uh, no, just like noise complaints, but like you kind of just eat them. Like, you have certain costs as a host, right? Like that, but that's just the price you pay for the glory of saying that was your party. Um, I've had uh, in one friend's party that I was a part of, they started like a spontaneous water fight, and like people were spraying like the garden hose through the windows, and like I think the house
Wow.
got quite a bit of water damage.
Yeah, that's
We
that's
like
excessive.
intentionally
That feels
stopped it.
excessive, but
And
okay.
then I wish I was a part of this because I've never truly been in one. But apparently there was this house party. Jordan, I believe, was at this party, but there was a spontaneous food fight. And
Oh.
apparently the owners spent like 2 days cleaning their house because there was just food like on the walls and shit. I've never been in a food fight.
And sorry,
I
this
think that'd
was
be like
this was in our
scary.
30s, or this is in our early 20s? Is this
20s, 20s.
so? I think there's a difference. Like early 20s makes some sense to have those kind of spontaneous, things that have happened. I've seen those happen,
I don't,
but I'm
I
just,
don't know how a food fight would start though. Like that's crazy, man.
huh, wow. Yeah,
Like
I don't.
I wouldn't ever look at a spread. Like imagine we took that Saturday night dinner and then just said, let's not eat it. Let's just waste it.
Wow, that's a great idea. We should have done that. That would have been so smart.
No,
We had
that's
so much
crazy.
extra food. Um,
There
okay.
wasn't. There wasn't. It seemed like everybody ate everything. That was pretty great. But how did you like that trip? I feel like I barely talked to you, but I always feel like I barely talk to anyone because I'm just like spread out amongst all the people that are there. So, you're just kind of with people for like 30 minutes to an hour at a time. Don't feel like I was in the hot tub enough, you know?
I gotta say, like, hey, I find for us, Chris, I think my favorite time with you is always one-on-ones. Um,
Mhm.
Group time with you at parties is hard for me. Uh,
Yeah, for sure.
it's you're always slightly just you're so bubbly, and I'm just not on your social level typically at your parties. So I find I find slightly more introverted circles because there's a lot of extroverts, and
Totally.
sometimes I wallflower a bit, and sometimes I find some one-on-ones. I don't know. I enjoy one-on-ones the most. That's where I'm like. that's where
That's
I
interesting to me.
I,
I
I
would say
think
I would have thought you're pretty extroverted, but no,
I,
that totally makes sense.
I think there's moments of time when I think I know how to be on stage and I know how to create an extroverted moment with a group because I know how to tell a good story or something. But it's because for some reason the spotlight shined on me, and I just okay, I guess it's my turn. Fuck it. So I'm able to create an extroverted persona, and I know what I'm doing there somewhat. Um, but a lot of the time in a lot of your parties, it's more extrovert energy than I can handle actually. So
Oh, that's why. I can empathize with you though, because I feel like I'm the same way. I actually default introverted, and then you just have to like turn it on to like integrate with society, which I think is like a skill both of us have. But I think both of us are also just fine to spend like an entire Saturday doing nothing or like building something on our own or like, you know, in our own minds in a way.
I think
Um,
yeah. Wow, this is such a weird one. I mean, if you analyze this deeper, I think with strangers for the first time, I think I have a good extrovert personality. I think with reoccurring things, wow, it's hard. It's hard. I think well, I do enjoy being there, but I find that I'm sometimes an audience member. I just enjoy to laugh. I fucking laugh at you guys cracking jokes all fucking day, and it's so
what was the
funny.
funniest? What was the
Uh,
funniest thing there?
Fuck, there were so many
Dude,
moments.
there was
So many
like
moments.
the whole house felt like a festival with like different rooms. Bro, I didn't even participate in any of the pool. And I'm pretty sure like some people made like core memories from playing lava pool
Totally
like
lava
for eight
pool.
hours straight.
Lava pool for 8 hours straight. Jesus Christ. Okay, you know what? Okay,
Jeez.
so
I was barely in that room.
um, Saturday was really fun. I think
Yeah, Saturday was great.
um, so I think I pushed myself to like a level of tipsy drunk that was perfect for most of Saturday. I did crash pretty early, but I had such a fun Saturday, mostly with the skiing because we were
Oh
having
yeah.
such a fun ski day. But then also just having the lunch on the top of the mountain at Kicking Horse was
Yeah, that was
awesome.
sick too.
And then our
That was
final
sick.
run, I think did you take the chairlift down?
Yeah, I took it down with Mags because I was like, I'm so tired. I've had like 4 drinks. I'm like, this is like a recipe for injury. So I just went down the gondola with Magdalena.
That was the funnest run. That was the funnest run.
Mm.
For me at least. I think it's because um, we were all very tipsy, right? Because you were the one who drank 4 drinks, and we had a long run to do because we're the top of the mountain, right? We got to go all the
Yeah,
way to the ski out to the house, right? Just a long run ahead of us, and we're all perfectly leveled actually. So it worked out perfect. We stayed together somewhat, like even though we split right off the start, we found each other again. Um, it was perfect. It was the perfect last run. I think
that's awesome.
I think we all took on a little bit of danger in the sense that we're going faster than we would have. Like we were trying to snow shower each other somewhat. It was
Yeah.
kind of one of those runs. Um, and then we had some cinnamon whiskey as a final drink on the
Oh
hill
yeah.
to close it off halfway through. That was the funnest run. That was fun. So by the time we got home, I was super amped up. I had such a fun day. I don't know if you somebody mentioned to me. Okay, Chantel mentions to me that she saw me like um, directing people for the food line, and I was just so
Oh
having
yeah.
so much fun to like organize a bit.
You're trying to get people. You're trying to get people to go to line, and like nobody was
It
listening,
totally
like
worked. It
whatsoever.
totally worked. I got
Did it work?
it totally worked. As soon as you get 15 people in a line, you have a line, and the line self repels. That's all you need,
For sure.
right? It,
No,
it,
it was
it's,
pretty orderly. It was great.
it worked
Uh,
out.
I think everybody's gonna remember that trip, I think, for one reason or another. And then it was just awesome that the snow cooperated and like everybody had a great ski session as well.
Yeah, that was that. It was the snow was really good. I mean, I heard it looked like wow, the day we were leaving was epic, but overall we had great snow.
I didn't wish there was a way. If there was a way I could have stayed, I definitely would have. I mean, yeah, the next 2 days looked insane.
That's
So
just the way it is. Sometimes I think that's fine, not a big deal. But overall, it was a really fun trip. I really enjoyed it.
yeah, man, I was every time I leave Calgary after every trip, I just get more and more sad. It's like such an emotional roller coaster. But I don't know if I told you this, but like I am gonna move back like pretty soon here.
Whoa, whoa! Something's finalized, like a little finalized.
Mm, Still working on it,
Hmm,
but I found a way to do it while staying with my company for
wicked,
now.
awesome.
So at least I get to move back. I just need to obviously find my replacement. Not find, but ask the person I have in mind if they'll do my job, which is happening on Wednesday. And then I basically created a role for myself, talked to the person who would ultimately be my boss, and then that person is going to write like a job description for me. So it'll be an interesting test because if I'm still miserable, then the answer will be like, I don't even know what I want because I defined it.
Perfect. That's
The
hilarious.
only downside is the boss wants me to travel a lot to the US, and I really don't want to go there, especially in light of what's occurred
Fuck,
this weekend.
totally.
So, um, depending on that, I might just say like I'm uncomfortable with it. I was preemptively given the opportunity to work 4 day week. I actually asked for a 3 day week, but I don't think that's going to be given to me. I'm like, I don't need money. Fucking let me work
3 day,
3 9 hour days.
yeah, 4 weeks not enough. 3 day week sounds great.
Yeah,
Three and a half day
four
week,
to me
three and a half
still
day
rounds
week,
up to
yeah, maybe.
four still rounds up to five to me, right? But like
Agreed.
three is where it's game changer, where like more than half your week now is off.
Exactly. Agreed.
But I would work 3 9s and have 4 days off a week. That'd be sick. But maybe the 4 day week is a good start. But then I'm just like, if I'm gonna work four, I might as well just work five and make a
Well,
bunch of money or something. I
well,
don't
the
know.
problem is like you still get a little bit of trickle work even on the days you have off, right? So, you know, it's the
I
obligation
struggle
that it's three or that's the nice thing about
totally,
it.
totally. And then it's like, okay, if I work a point eight, which is a 4 day week, most people are working a point eight anyway. It's like, who's really working a 40-hour week with all their effort? It's like you're just formalizing the fact that you're slacking. So it almost feels like a net loss, right? You might as well just collect a full paycheck and then just work a point eight anyway.
Exactly. Yep.
So that's why I think the 3 day week is the ideal because it makes people like recognize it.
Yeah,
You,
it's
you
also
can you can
scarcity of
hide behind it.
availability of time, right? Like people are like, oh, I got to book it on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Oh,
kind of
bro.
thing.
I just think working sucks no matter what you do. I don't know.
I, I've been trying to make a rule about um no more dumb meetings. Um,
Ugh.
so like if I think
How do you
you're a
prevent it from coming inbound to you? Like I could
oh
reduce creating.
I have a plan. I have a plan. So it sort of worked. It's sort of working, but it's not perfect. So okay, here's my step-by-step process. If I think you're a loser, you know, that's the step one. Like I think you're a loser. I think this is not going to work. You know, um, no meeting. We're not allowed to have a. We're not allowed to have a video call or a phone call. No. Okay. All we're allowed to do is to have a text conversation. And that's it.
I
So,
started doing the same thing. It's like you have these really weak salespeople, and they're like, "Hey, are you open for like a 30-minute call?" Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "No, I make like $200 an hour. Like, I'm not just giving you $100." And I always just say, "Here's my email. I read every email. Make your pitch good."
so
So
that's,
I'm with you.
but
The
it's just,
problem
it
is the
just,
internal bad meetings. I think
yeah,
some people are just on
totally.
autopilot to set up meetings when they could be emails. certain emails can just be texts, and then certain texts just shouldn't be sent at all. Like
Yeah,
everything can go down one level.
I completely agree. I used to. I mean, the problem is it's like there's kindness involved. Like I tried previously to like I don't know set this is only gonna be a 5 minute meeting, or this is only gonna be a 15-minute meeting, and they're just super rigid about it's not allowed to go over. So we just have to end it. But the problem is, I think the problem with those kind of meetings with new people is it's super rude to like not go through introductions and not like be kind, and it's just mean sort of. So I
Just
have a hard
depends.
time. It just doesn't work. But I think a text message version sort of does work because you can just start with action items. So it's like, oh well, can you just make this first? Like, can you just do the thing
Yeah, yeah. Do
so
some
we don't?
homework, do some pre-work so that the meeting's
Yeah.
good. I'm big on agendas for that reason. It's like, dude, what are we talking about? Don't send me a meeting and the subject is discussion or something, right? It's
Oh yeah,
like,
totally.
fuck. Um,
Yeah, but
yeah, no
it's
dumb
hard.
meetings. But then more good meetings, right? Like there are people I like when I talk with them, and I think like you're one of them, where I'm just energized at the end of the conversation and I want more,
Yeah.
right? So you want more good meetings with people just to bullshit. I think I probably have like
But see,
six to 12 of those people where it's just
hmm.
like, man, I just had lunch with Tutor. First time I've seen him in like
Oh,
a
cool,
long ass time.
nice.
And it's just like, he's the kind of guy where it's just like, after every time I talk to them, I feel like higher energy, like someone like gave me their energy. Whereas like
Nice.
most work meetings, people are just stealing your energy. You know, they're parasitically leeching off you for some reason, and they never give it back. So you want the energy giver meetings, even if those are about nothing. That's fine. So I don't know. Maybe the loser filter is the only one you have to care about. Like, oh man, this person's a loser. Like, fuck, nothing good ever comes out of interacting with this person. It's kind of harsh, but shit.
Yeah.
And that goes to like your name recognition thing. It's like at some point, doesn't the script just flip and just be like, well, then why weren't you memorable? Like, if I don't remember your name, that's your problem.
I wish that was the case, but no, I forget people's names that I've known for 10 years. So no, I don't. Um, no, I think it's my fault. I think it's truly my fault. Um,
Do you
yeah,
ever get tested for ADD?
no, I never
I
have.
don't know if you have it,
Oh,
but
I can see a few disorders that are possible in like like a tiny bit, right? But I don't care. Why would it? What would I change in my life if I got that diagnosis?
mm,
I don't understand would I really change anything? I don't like drugs most of the time, anyways. Um, I don't. That's what's the solution? So I know, right? I kind of already know my own personality already. It's not like I need
right.
a test to tell me some of these things, right? So I don't know. It just doesn't.
I had makes sense. If you're not going to do anything with the info, why bother? I had the same attitude about keeping a budget. I'm like, well, I'm not going to do anything different, so why measure it?
Yeah, me too. That's how I feel. Um, yeah,
What
yeah.
about goals? You got any goals for this year?
Hmm.
A lot of my friends did vision boards, me included. It was really, it
Um,
was really wholesome, man. New Year's Eve, before like we partied, like I was hanging out with like my teacher friends here, and then we all did vision boards, and then like shared, like we made little mini presentations to the other five people, and it was like super supportive. And three of them were complete strangers, and I thought that was just like wholesome as fuck. And like people were like very supportive of each other.
weird. I have. Okay, here's my problem. I don't have any goals because there's nothing I truly want right now, which is fucked up. There's not many things I really want. So I'm running. I ran out of wants because I got a bunch of them. So,
Bro, what a privilege.
oh, I know, right? Fuck. So what I've done in the past, and what I did in the last year to solve that problem was, I took on two projects that are bigger than I can handle. Um, that are now blowing up in my face that I just have to solve. So I don't have a goal for 2026, but I have these two small brush fires that are becoming forest fires. And it's like, oh fuck. I gotta put out that fire. So like
You're
okay,
just so bored. You're just so bored. You create arson in your own backyard
oh yeah,
to
for
be
sure.
like,
I've done this in my past. I know what I'm like. I needed this. I'm good at putting out fires. I like putting out fires. And I know I need to light them sometimes to make me get fires to fight. So on my birthday, on Tuesday, I have a gigantic self-bought present coming in the mail, right?
the male. What is it?
It's a sea can,
It's
right?
coming in the mail?
Well, it's coming on a
Or
truck
is it gonna come off
to
the Canada Post truck?
it's
Do they
coming
have to
off.
like winch that? How do they even give it to you?
Okay, so if you have dunnage and you can drop the sea can on the floor, they'll do it for you. But you need a truck that does that, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it goes like this. It
The
goes
hydraulic.
shake, 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 and it like drops. Right? It's like that's the whole.
Wait, that's how they drop them? That sounds like
Yeah.
it's terrible for the road. They just fucking
No, that's why you
slide
need.
that shit
That's
off.
why you need dunnage. You need rig mats. You need fucking rubber mats. They won't do it on fucking the road, right?
What about the grass?
Maybe I bet you they do it on the grass.
What about your own driveway?
So my original plan
Do they
was to
just
drop a
don't
20-foot
they
sea
just
can
unload
on my gravel pad because I wanted it at my house so I can unload slowly. That was my original perfect plan.
and they wouldn't
Um,
do it?
no, they totally would have, but it was just more expensive. Um, so it was just more expensive to do it that way, and then the delivery,
Seems
like
like the
that
right
truck's
answer
expensive.
now.
Sorry.
Because now you gotta haul everything in the sea can back to your place. That sounds more annoying than if they just dump the sea can in your yard.
Totally. So okay, here's some of my calculations I did for this. I mean, originally I was only going to order a 20-foot sea can. I was going to drop it at my house in my gravel pad, and I was going to buy a UC can, so I wouldn't have to return it either. And then I'd have a UC can I could donate or make it an art thing or whatever, right? I was like, I'll create a UC can industry, whatever. I'll figure it out. And UC cans aren't that expensive. I just thought like I could sell a UC can I bought from China for more money in Canada. It made sense to me to do it that way. That was my original plan. But the cost of that is those trucks that do this are way more expensive. They don't drop sea cans that often. That's just a dumb way to do shipping, right? The right way to do shipping is you rent a sea can, it goes to a loading dock, you unload it in a warehouse, and then it drives away, and then it goes back to fill out more shit, right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm using a loading dock. Right?
And everything you have in the sea can is on pallets.
Correct. You got it. Yes. I don't think
Got it.
everything. I hope everything. I'm hoping, but yes, yes, I believe so. I believe it's all palatable or it's doable.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Yes. Um,
Interesting.
so then the only problem this time around, which is why I was telling you this week, is I'm the proud owner of a new pallet jack that I bought yesterday. Um,
Okay.
so I think pallet jacks typically are, I don't know, 3.5 feet long, 4 feet long. That's like standard. I think 48 inches sounds about right. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I think it's a little less. It's okay. It's 48 inches with the forks, and then it's a little longer. But the forks
sure.
themselves are pallet size, right?
Yeah.
But I've upgraded in the world that I have double pallets now because my stuff on the pallets, the stuff is bigger than a pallet. Which when you buy a hot
Oh,
tub
bro,
or cold plunge.
just get two and double end it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few dumb ways to do it, right? Like, there's a few ways to do it. You could put a dolly
Or you
on
just
one
cantilever the
side.
pallet. Cantilever the pallet?
Yeah, man, tons of methods, right? Or you could buy an extended fork pallet jack, right? Which I proudly own, 77 inch. I think it's like a 6.5 footer, 7 footer pallet jack.
Sure.
Um, so that's what I own now. Because I didn't want to be doing it the dumb way. You know, the guys in China used a forklift because that's obvious. Forklift with long forks, and they were like, "Yeah, just use a long forklift because they're easy to get capital over there or something." I don't know. but I don't have all those privileges of my, shared warehouse that's,
I
given
didn't
to
even
me.
know you still had that space. I thought you guys had given that all up.
The back storing is still a beautiful workshop and a beautiful loading dock. I mean, this was when I first signed this lease, man. I was thinking about trying to get a C can or a deliveries. Like to me, this might be the perfect time. By the way, that space has a loading dock, right, on
Hmm.
one half of the space, but on the other half of the space, it has a drive out dock, right? So
Yep.
my
Okay.
theory for this place was this is the best place to buy Chinese EVs. Maybe not Chinese EVs at the time. My thinking was imported cars, two cars in a C can or three cars in a C can. I don't think you can fit three cars in a C can. I think you can fit two cars in a C can. Drive them off the loading dock and they drive right out, right? Like it's like beautiful. Like that was like wow, I
We've
could
done
import cars.
we know how to do that. You absolutely could. I mean, it's called bringatrailer.com for a reason because you can buy cars and have them shipped to you. So,
Yep, but you don't open sea container them across the ocean, right? You put them in a sea can. Yeah, whatever. I mean, now we have no tariffs on Chinese EVs. It actually might be a feasible strat. But
yeah, some of those Chinese EVs look amazing. They're like Porsche Taycan quality for like half the price.
yeah,
Like the Xiaomi cars look silly. Oh my God. So,
if I get a second sea can, man, I might put a car in there. Am I allowed to import a car? Is that allowed? Can I do
yeah,
that on my own?
yeah,
It's easy, right?
yeah. People import Japanese right-hand cars all the time. That's how you get
Interesting.
like the GTRs and the Supras in town that, you know, have to reverse through a drive-through kind of thing.
Man, do I want a Chinese EV? That sounds pretty good. Can I do it on my own? Can
Well,
I
they
go to
need to
China,
be,
buy a used Chinese EV and import it?
no, you can only import vehicles that are over 15 years old into Alberta. You
Wait, wait, wait,
can't
wait.
do new ones.
Wait, I can't. Wait, no. But isn't this new tariff then essentially allowing us to not allow us to buy new vehicles out of China? Is that not the case?
No, I think they're just removing the taxes, but they still need to be street legal.
So you're
So I don't
saying,
think you can I don't think you can get cars from different markets when they're new.
okay, wait a second. Can I buy?
If if
Can I
they're
buy a
allowed to be in
Tesla?
Canada.
Can I buy a used Tesla Y out of China that's street legal in Canada, right? Because it's a Tesla. And
Yeah, you just need, as you know, you just need the bumpers and the lights. But I don't know. You have to double check. I thought it was always an age thing.
that
Can't
that
just
that was the
import it.
that was the rules from no, that's definitely the rules. That has been the rules for a long time. That's why like you get
It has
Imprezas and
nothing to do
stuff,
with
right?
tariffs. Tariffs are just a tax. It has nothing to do with whether the car is mechanically allowed to be in Canada.
Got it. Yeah, no, oh, it's not. Okay, wait. No, wait a second. You're saying it's an age thing, isn't it? Oh,
Yeah, you
what
can't
the
buy a new
fuck?
car. I'm pretty sure you can't.
Weird. Huh. Hmm. Um, I'm confused now, but I'll look it up. Yeah, I don't know. My goal after getting one CCAN is to maybe try to get a second CCAN in a year, but I don't know. We'll see.
Do you have to pay taxes on all that shit? Like
Oh yeah.
import duties?
So it's I just got a bill for GST and customs, and I actually got burned this time around because my CCAN got inspected, random search check, just like the airport. Um,
There's
yeah,
that brown guy's name on it.
yeah, I know, right? Like Jesus. Yeah, so I got a random
Hmm.
search, and fuck, you got cut off there. What did you say?
And how do they know all the time?
I know, right? Fuck, last name. Fuck. The worst thing about getting checked at the CCAN port is you have to pay for the check. That sucks. Like you got to pay for the time for them to ship the CCAN to the inspection facility and then ship it back, right?
That's bullshit.
Yeah, so that's a new one. Yeah, there's a lot of learnings here about just international shipping that I've kind of acquired slightly, and I have all the accounts now with CRA, and I know the shippers, and I know I know the process. It was kind of confusing. Yeah, I think I understand it a little better to maybe scale that to a bigger level over the next 10 years. But this is a slow burn project, so I'm not kind of too worried about it. Um, I can tell a lot of people are excited for me to set up my backyard spa, and my
Yeah, who
gut,
wouldn't be, bro? That's a
my
good way
gut,
to make friends.
yeah, my gut says people like a lot of people who've bought houses over the last 5 years, or recently moving into their permanent family house. Everybody's kind of saying, "Hey, can I buy one of those saunas?" But I don't know. We'll see. I'm not too concerned about it. Um, I think one of my excuses was I wanted to get a reason to go to Asia more, and this might just make me, have to go sauna shopping every, year.
Bro, there was a guy who did that. He was like kind of this hippie like guy. He owned that store, Bali and Beyond. And he would just go to Bali, fucking fill a sea can full of like teak furniture and bring them back. And then he had a storefront, and then he just sold all this cool shit made from like recycled wood, reclaimed wood, these old
Ooh,
boats that were taken apart and like repurposed into like tables and stuff. So
whoa.
like two of my favorite pieces of furniture are from there
From what
because I
store is it?
bought them. It was
Whoa.
called Bali and Beyond, but he closed it. I had a really good conversation actually with him, and Erica was there actually. And I've been to this store multiple times. Like he was just like, I just want to run retreats and be a hippie, and he like didn't want to be an entrepreneur anymore. So he like just sold everything in his store half price, and I have like this awesome bench that I paid half price for, and then this like little cube, which is now currently sitting at Yoga Passage.
Cool.
It's funny. My furniture and plants are in like a dozen places all around town.
Nice job. I'm glad you didn't get rid of them. That's great, man. Good job.
So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what my game plan is. I think I'm gonna move back. I'm thinking I might just have roommates for a while. Like I'm kind of like craving the social after being alone here for a couple years. Super cheap rent too. And then I don't know, just continue to have like fuck you expenses, which means having as low as possible so I can say fuck you to anyone I want. And
Fuck
then
you,
try
money.
and
I like
sort
it.
out.
That's good.
I got fuck you money and I got fuck you family. Like it's just like I'm not tied down to anyone and I can just kind of go and do whatever I like, which is kind of nice too. There's like no
Nice.
Christmas turkey obligation and like, oh, I gotta go to this family thing. So, which is like kind of a big deal because I think a lot of
Yeah.
people are actually like tied down based on the fact that they have children. Like they can't move if they think they're in like a good school district. You know what I mean? Like,
This is the thing you're supposed to aspire towards, Chris, or that's what society tells you. The family and the Christmas turkeys. That's supposed to
yeah,
be what you want. I think is the
bro, I am.
argument.
Yeah, I am ready to settle down though. I think I'm gonna put like a lot of effort into finding a wife. Something just clicked in me. Maybe like someone heard this metaphor. Someone told me this metaphor, and I think it's like so true. It's like women search for a cab, but men just hail a taxi. So it's like, have you heard this before? I've never
No,
heard this metaphor
never have.
before.
It's good. I like it.
But like women just wait for the right taxi. But then for men, it's just like, oh, I'm ready now. And then you just hail a cab, and then like it's like you don't really look as much or wait as much. You just go and get it. You know what I mean?
Huh. Interesting.
So I'm definitely feeling like I'm in that phase where I just need to like turn down my career points and like sort out the romantic relationships. So
Nice. That's some growth.
yeah.
I mean, that's a good goal in the future here. Um, yeah. Wish I could create a goal right now, but I don't. Just have two forest fires. That's it. So,
Oh fuck! 20 minutes ago they were a brush fire, so
I
they
mean,
just got
oh
worse.
God.
They just got worse.
I mean,
Wait, so one
okay.
of your forest fires is the sea can though?
Yeah, okay. The reason why one of the forest fires is a sea can is because I bought stuff I don't need, um, with the intention of selling them, right? So like I have two saunas, I have two cold plunges, right? Um,
Bro, I bet
well, I
you should talk to Alex.
I'm not
Should,
concerned. I'm not concerned at all about. I'm not that concerned. But my point is though, like I just have to do the work, and I don't want to.
can
I'm not
I?
going to do it on the easy way, right? Like my method of my job is to like build a stupid business around the thing that I plan to sell, right? So I want to do it in a way where I have 10 pre-orders so that I can get another C can or something done like that, right? I'm not just going to liquidate it. And my goal is to not fire sale at this moment. My goal is to um, turn this into a C can a year, right? I'm trying to. So I'm not. I wouldn't want to say that too loudly that I have this. It's a fire in the sense that I'm trying to save money. I want to create the right value proposition.
It's interesting that like you find so much fascination in importing. It's
Well,
obviously a hobby for you. I'm just so fascinated that like this is like your jam. Like you're doing this for fun. So then are you gonna set up the other sauna as like a demo to just be like, buy this?
I
We
okay.
can
So
get 10
this is.
more of these.
I have a lot of plans. Like I can talk to a lot of like local, dealers right now, and I'm like, hey, can I put this in your showroom and we can do this revenue share deal? So there's a lot of like plans I could do. Um, yeah, I don't really know the right path yet. Um, I just got to figure it out. All I knew, here was my like nugget of truth. I'm trying to not be Amazon. That was my goal, you
You're the
know?
opposite of Amazon. This is like
Exactly.
incredibly bespoke.
Well, Amazon's not gonna like deliver something outrageously heavy to your house, right? They just, it's just, I know they started to in the States a bit actually, but it's just, this is outside of their norm. It's bespoke. It's difficult. You need an electrical setup to operate these devices. You need all these things, and it makes it just so much harder for big corporate to take this. And I just know that then it's going to be there's a 20-year business here of sorts. Like that it doesn't just immediately disappear. If I were to guess, so that's why I bought things that were bigger, that were big. I just thought that was your moat, right? There's a capital moat there. There's a logistical moat there. That was my thought process, but that requires me to like, fuck. Now I have to have, I have to consider. I need warehouses, and I need storage, and I
Bro,
need long pallet jacks, and I need muscles, and I need men, and I need fucking,
I think
think, things I don't
actually
have. Right?
you can actually think bigger, bro. I think it's like I know this because some of my friends are on this trip or they just went on this a trip like this, but it's like you could actually host like a semi luxury trip for like high net worth people or people with disposable income. It's like you take 10 people to the factories and do what you would do. They select what they want, and then you just handle all the logistics for them. And then they fly home, and then you're just like, in 2 months, this will show up at your door. But like, then you get to also invite people on that experience, right? So that like,
Ooh,
you don't have to make their
beautiful.
taste for them. You're actually giving them something cool to talk about, not just something that they can buy. It's something that they can participate in.
I like that. That is so
That's
brilliant.
that's how I
That
and you would just say, hey, listen,
perfect.
it's like I'll organize a factory tour. It's gonna cost you 5K, and then I take a 20% commission on the value
Beautiful.
of everything you
I like it.
order while you're on the trip, and then I'll handle the rest or whatever the case
I
might
like
be.
it. I like it. I think this
Then
is a
you do
brilliant way to do it. I think that's a
then you
great
go
way to
for a
do it.
week. You go for a week, you make 50 grand, you get to do something you like, and you probably meet cool people doing that as well.
I like that. That's a good network effect. Um, I like that out of all the ideas I've had so far. It's probably top tier. Yeah, I
Like, what
mean,
would you do? Right? You invite, we have three sets of friends who just bought big homes.
I know, totally. Yep.
And you're like, okay, we're gonna get you set up with shit.
Yeah, I think I don't really know. okay, so again, my two goals were for this project was go to Asia more, like have excuses to go to Asia, but not just for tourism. There's a logistical reason to be there. They need my presence. My presence is required, kind of concept. Um, that was one, and then two was just get a momentum of goods coming to where I live, so I can exploit that for my benefit for something else. That was it. Um, yeah. So I don't. It seems like it's the right path. We'll see if it works. I like your idea. If anybody wants to go on a trip with me to Asia to go look at stuff, let me know. I
Totally.
think yeah. My other fire is the Polymarket website, because
Yeah.
my server costs are too expensive now that I'm just like, oh God, this is expensive. Um, and uh, that's now a fire, so I have to fix that problem, which is on the right route. I think I got a good plan for it. But yeah, so I don't know. My strategy of creating fires is a good way to avoid setting goals. It's kind of
I guess you're not really creating fires though. I think you're just doing shit that's interesting, and I wouldn't really call them fires, you know. I'm not trying to downplay your problems, but it's like they're not really urgent, you know what I mean? Like you engaged in the thing and then you're just trying to figure out how to make it make sense. Like it's still better than doing nothing, right?
yeah,
Like you just sit around, do nothing. That sounds dumb. It's way
yeah.
funner to say Polymarket has too much traffic, you know, like
I know. It's correct. But you're supposed to be in like a risk tolerance of your portfolio, right? Like you got to be bankroll managing, right? And you know, that's kind of the rules. And you just want to, I think that's the right. You're right. So it's not fire setting. It's correct bet sizing. Your bet size should make you feel something, but so not should be too small. Okay, I tell you what. Me and Jordan and um, Will played some poker at your ski trip there, right?
I was surprised by that. Tell me how that went because I find playing poker at a house party just it's so down tempo, like it kills my energy because it's so low key, you know what I mean? And then it's so antisocial to anyone you're not playing with.
Yeah. Okay, so I totally agree. I wasn't totally for poker, because I thought
That's fine.
it was the wrong social thing, right? But Will and Jordan were so for it. They were just like they were just itching for it. They just wanted to, play. That was just in their
I'm
soul.
sure they don't get too much with kids, right?
Get it,
Like
right? So
where else are they gonna meet adult men who like to gamble? Like
yeah.
it's just like except at this party, right?
So and then also Paul joined as well. So it was only four of us, right? And for me, I told myself I can only play an hour. Otherwise, I just can't. This won't be fun. I'll ruin my night. I'll ruin the rest of the night if I play over an hour because I just dumb, right?
Okay.
So I don't know. I had a strategy going in, which was just be very gambly and don't think about EV at all, and that made it fun for me. So I pretty much bluffed them so well for the first half an hour. I was just double chip stack, constantly bluffing, and it was great. Just trying to win the 2-7 game that we had on for like a round, and like just
Was
being
it cash?
dumb. Yeah, it was just cash. It was a small amount of cash, not very much at all, to be honest. And and that was fun. But then the problem is this isn't my brain only wants to work hard when there's real money on the line. This is not real money, and that's my point. Like, so it
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
it's not fun to play
No,
penny slots, right?
you make a good point. You make a good point on the bet sizing. But should it be fun? Like the other school of thought is like investing should just be boring. It should be like watching paint dry, right? You shouldn't confound making good decisions with it to also need to be thrilling, you know? Like I don't know that it
Mm,
needs to be thrilling. Yeah, obviously, like if if someone says I need $1,000, you could toss it in and it's fun money. 10 grand starts to hurt a bit, but I mean, my portfolio moves 10K in a week. Like, but it shouldn't, I don't think you should mix it. It doesn't necessarily need to be adrenaline causing. I feel like that's too much gamble. You know what I mean? Like, you should just be making smart, rational decisions. And if they're boring, that's fine. Of course, sizing and asset allocation still makes sense. Or I don't know.
Um,
Like I got invited to invest 125K into something, and it felt too high for me for the amount of risk. But I could choose any number between 0 and 125. What's the right number for a potential 40x?
um,
125K doing 40x is 4 million, but I think that's pretty low chance of success that I wouldn't put six figures on the line for. But do you do it with like 20K? Because you're still kind of like throwing a bit of money away where most times it's zero. You know what I mean?
yeah, how do I explain this one? Okay. Well, first of all, let me just reiterate what you just said out loud, which is investing should be boring. I think you're talking about the proper philosophy on how to make money. No question about it. If you want to make money, go do the boring things. No question.
Yeah.
Um,
And right
however,
now, boarding is returning 20% a year, bro. Like there's almost no risk premium for even taking risks because the market is so fucking good right now.
so I think, yeah, you're totally right, and a decent chunk of my portfolio thinks that way too. Um, however, I guess the way my brain works is, okay, what industry am I in? And I've been in the entertainment industry for the last 15 years, right? That's really one industry I live in. And um, I realize I'm supposed to learn about entertainment by having fun. So I have to orientate myself to have fun as much as I can because that makes. So I'm trying to find the intersection between fun and profitability. And so I don't know. I try to create fun out of everything I do. And I think gambling or degeneracy is a piece of that. Um,
100%.
so, so that's kind of um, the way I sort of think. And I gotta say,
What?
if you can find it, if you can find fun and profitability, it makes great work. It's really fun. It's really enjoyable to be in that industry. You see smiles, you see happiness, you see good times. You see it's like your parties are profitable. You know that's the kind of thing I get to see often, and that's what makes my life happy. Is seeing things happen in that space and being part of the creation of them. Right?
Okay. So answer the question then. Possible 40x, good management team, but
Hmm.
obviously not guaranteed success.
So the rule is 500 startups rule. I typically is
500.
so the rule with 500 startups is uh, one out of every 50 bets will be a unicorn, right? So if you
Yeah.
only bet on five bets, well, you're
It's
probably
not
going to
enough.
lose, right? If you make 50 bets, okay, great. You hit the bare minimum of you'll likely hit one great bet out of that 50 bets, right? And if you hit 500, that's how you should run a portfolio. You should be thinking, yep, we're going to get to 500 eventually. That's our plan. Over the 40 years or 60 years or whatever. As long as you're thinking like that, it's fine. So for you, it's a super high gamble, especially if it's in startup space. Um, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. If it's a tiny piece of your portfolio, and there's network effects or learning effects or data or connections, or you think you'll get to 50. Like, will you get to 50 in your lifetime? Then you're okay. Fine. Just
It's certainly not trending that way.
yeah.
I'm not really like a VC guy. You know what I mean? Like
So
some
then what?
people like it. It's like, man, watching 50 bad pitch decks doesn't sound that fun to me. It's why
So
I've never done too much of like this. Like I'm not really in like the startup communities, right? Like you see a handful of good ones, but man, most of them are bad.
um, maybe I'm exaggerating a bit. Maybe we can come back to earth and say maybe 20 would be enough. So maybe that's okay.
I think
And I
40 is a number I've heard. 40 is a number I've heard.
So I think so that's my rationale. So if you so check your bet size and make your bet size, make it so you'll always do 40. You're gonna do 40 in your lifetime. Just make sure that's the case. And if you're doing that, then you're fine. Then it's totally logical. The caveat that I play with, because I make more of these bets than you, but still not enough. Not enough to, want to put more money into that world. Um, is that I know I need work occasionally, and I probably am a good puzzle piece for some of these organizations. So if I throw a small bet in there, like I did for this org, there's sometimes a situation where I'm the guy who acquires it, or I'm the guy who takes the lead role in it, or I'm the guy who takes this position in it. And because you put in money, you have sort of first dibs if you have the qualifications. So I think that's why there's like synergies with some of these things. Um, which is another reason to do it. Um, but I don't know. Me and Victor went to a networking event last week for Calgary startup scene, and he mentioned all the pitches sucked. He's like, I know how your business is way better than all these ones, and I don't think mine's not even that great. But like, yeah, they suck. There's so many startups that suck. They're not going to work. It's too big moonshots. It's really hard to get to a good level, right? But
Agreed. Agreed.
even I hate to say it, like even ever isn't an obvious chance to be successful, right? Even at the big levels, there's still even open AI, like there's still very good chance there's chances of them getting destroyed, and the only reason why they survive is they get bought out at a cheaper valuation.
Yeah. I mean, energy is a billion-dollar game. So, of course, if you've raised $500 million, it's not really that much money. You can burn through that so easily. So, um, for sure. And then there's like a window, right? It's like a championship hockey team. It's like you need Crosby in their prime. You got to build the team around that person. And then like that team can only grind like 2 or 3 seasons before people age out or like you need a lot of things to line up to be successful. Timing is a big one for sure. People's ability to like produce, like can't grind 60-hour weeks for 5 years. It's hard.
But
And
hey, let's give a caveat there. There's one other route. Remember, you had a venture, your little oil exploration thing. If
yeah,
there's easy exits, then fuck yeah, right? So you had an easy early exit, right?
was
If
a
you
yeah, that is like a credit to my ability to tell a story because we basically 5x'd ourselves out of that before a single shovel was lifted, right? Basically, you convince someone that your idea is worth $1 million, and it's just the story because it's worth as much or as little as they think your idea is worth. So yeah, that was I would say that was like a small business success for sure, and it was like strictly verbal storytelling management team, right? Ultimately, it was a technical failure, but it was a technical failure with someone else's money, who are now my friends, by the way. But I
I
mean, you
mean,
definitely still don't want to lose money, but
well,
there are
because
ways to contract out risk. I would say that's where like business creativity comes in, right? You can set up a deal where everyone's aware of the risk, but it can be shared, right? So
yeah, so I think of off ramps to exits often when I think of some of these investments, and that's what I And your version of it was, there was a chance that you guys could be easily listed on, the Toronto Stock Exchange, I think is what happened, um, by, some kind of acquisition event. So that's one that could occur, like some kind of being in a public market just solves liquidity and exits somewhat. And then another version of
It's a
that
trade-off.
is, cryptocurrency these days with token warrants, which is such a new game that actually works as well. You know, so a VC I talked to this week talking about my business, is that, if you can give token warrants, um, it's a great way to realize liquidity, and realize, you know, exit early and not have to wait 10 years. Like, if you got to wait 10 years for an investment, man, it's probably not going to be great.
10 is probably on the high end of things, but I think these days 5 to 7 is pretty normal, depending if you if you come in on the seed round for sure. Like Ever's been around for 8 now, and we're probably 2 years away from any kind of liquidity event. So that's going to be 10. Um, but you have to also decide, I think, where you like to live. Like people like you can have like the high volatility, high reward founding round, but you can also jump in. Like my fucking friend just joined Microsoft. Dude, I think that person is gonna have $10 million before any of us because they're on the up and up. Like you can join, you just gotta be the janitor there that as long as you get stock options, you know what I mean? Like you gotta be
Interesting.
like right place, right time, riding the wave. Or if you worked at like Goldman Sachs that like doubled in value, or even Royal Bank doubled this year in the last 12 months. It's like as long as you're part of some company's stock plan and you pick the right macro trend,
But are you able to
it's
put
the
enough
right
money
play.
on the line typically in those positions to make it high enough upside if you join? Did they actually give
I think
you
in
a
tech,
choice to give you enough? Tech, I guess they do, right?
yes. Obviously, if you're just a teller at the bank, I have no idea if you're getting shares. But I'm just saying, like, you got to pick the right thing. If you were stuck doing something shitty, it's kind of like that work hard, don't work hard, work smart kind of thing, right? Like you could grind out something horrible, and if you're in the wrong industry, you're just going to be trading flat for 5 years, and that's fucking pointless.
Totally.
So you got to decide where in the business cycle you like working. I'm definitely more, I like being right at the front or at the scale up stage. I don't like operating, right? Like I don't really like just the housekeeping once you're big enough. Some people thrive in that. They just want to stamp out widgets and like optimize supply chains and like make sure there's good governance, and that stuff is just horrible to me, right? Like I like sort of small team agility, nimble. My skill set is adapting quickly, right? Not It's not about coming in every day being consistent. It's more about winging it, like not to the extent that you are, but still like pretty high, dynamic environments where you're not even sure what you're going to do this week. You're just going to put out whatever the biggest fire is, right? So, um, so I like the growth phase because I think that's like kind of where I do best. Can read situations quickly. But ideally, it's like I don't know, maybe join a place after they've raised money, like Series A. So like they have enough money to pay you, but you probably don't have more than 2 years of runway, but at least it's been like at least validated a bit. Uh, I'm tempted to go earlier too and like find that original investment, which is what I did for Canuck as well. Kind of just the idea came from me. I built the original deck. I'm fine with that too. Especially now, like kind of have enough money that hunger doesn't come. Like if I don't succeed, I'm not gonna like starve to death.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good plan.
But more and
I
more, I'm just like I fully understand like management team now. I think if you have a weak link on the management team, like I'm fucking out. Like everybody in that first 10 people needs to be a fucking all-star with a goddamn portfolio like of having done shit. I think that's
Ooh,
where my bar's at.
interesting. Yeah. Wow. Hmm.
I, yeah, I can't tolerate A minuses. Yeah. But it'll be an interesting year. I think transition for me. Uh, Kind of looking forward to it. I've never entered a year with more conviction of like, I only have 2 to 3 goals and that's all I'm going to focus on.
Nice. Well, it's on my back burner of things I was going to ask you about.
What's that?
Um, I don't know, a few dumb things. I'm trying to remember. Um, I remember. Okay, I remember you mentioned this. It just made me laugh that you started using your dishwasher more. Is this true? Did you?
Bro, yeah, because of you though. I think on our last pod, you were just like, be more generous with running it or something. That was us, right? I'm pretty sure that was us.
Hmm.
Dude, what was I even doing?
I'm glad. I'm glad that small change made such an impact. That's
It's
great.
awesome too, because I have like a little European one. So it's only like, no, it's probably 60% the width of a North American dishwasher, but it's actually better because you're you're filling it more frequently and you're just running it more frequently. So then you always just have like clean whatever you need, right? So like you almost want to run a narrow dishwasher that can just fit like your biggest pan and that's it. You know what I mean?
So I
Like
take it. I take it to a weird level. Because I still
do
like
you run it every,
I run it every day. Every day.
what if it's 10% full or
See,
is it never?
I find a way to not let it 10% full. And the reason why, and this is why I was going to give you some tips, and I don't know if you want to do this, but this is what I do. I wash my recycling in it. Like I I think that's just good for the world. Um, I make sure my recycling is really clean, you know? So
I think
plastics,
recycling's a,
oh, I know recycling is a scam, but if I'm going to,
as soon as your sparkling clean recycling mixes in the dumpster with like the one guy who threw like his pizza box in there, that whole thing just ends up in the landfill.
I'm aware, but if there's a single step to getting more Japanese with our recycling, it's clean recycling, obviously. And if I got an
100%.
empty can, why wouldn't I put that in the dishwasher to make sure it's clean, you know? And the label gets all wet and I rip that properly. And it gets in my filter a bit and I clean it, whatever. But I put in like the salad boxes in the dishwasher and tomato little things and I'm just not
That wasn't
afraid,
on my
yeah, to put it in
that wasn't on
recycling.
my bingo card. I was not expecting that answer.
Yeah. So that's a weird
I
one.
know a guy who throws his clothes in there.
I get it. So this is where you take it to a different level. You can wash things that you don't, you know, a lot of things you can wash in the dishwasher. So yeah, I mean, the, the,
What are you
I,
washing in there?
I don't know. I don't do that level of clothes shit, but like I wash my dish rack. I put the whole fucking thing in there.
Oh yeah, me too.
I
Come on,
wash
of
my
course.
compost bin sometimes, tiny one. I wash my there's a little container that holds coffee pucks. So what I do is instead of using the sink, don't use the sink. Don't double up water usage. Just use that extra space in the dishwasher with the extra shit you want to clean on a regular basis. So I do that, right?
Yeah, that
Um,
makes sense.
so that then I don't feel so wasteful. Yeah, I don't want to run a fucking 10% load dishwasher. That's dumb as fuck. But using it
Well,
daily
I don't
works.
run every day, but I would say I definitely load and run less efficiently because of that conversation.
So I mean,
But I would say I'm
maybe
still pretty efficient.
your wine bottles, don't rinse them out. Put them in the dishwasher. A beer can, whatever. Like this, it just makes it slightly cleaner. You know, uh, that's my one little
Yeah,
method. But dishwashers for the win, man. And I think
100%.
they're awesome.
Not having one is terrible. Lots of my friends here don't have one. And I'm just like, dude, you you waste so much time. drying dishes, washing and drying them. And then it soaks up your counter space, which you have very little of anyway because of the fucking kitchen situation here.
Yeah. What's the last thing I put in the dishwasher? I put my air fryer container in the
Oh, I
dishwasher.
do it all the time.
Perfect. Correct. Good job. Nice. It's obvious. Like, why wouldn't you? Why are you cleaning that by hand? Use dishwasher.
If it touches food, it can be washed.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, what's my next
Uh,
pivot? Unless you want to talk about anything else before we wrap up.
one
What
more
was it?
pivot, and then I'm a little snacky, and
Yeah, let's call it.
I think we're about an hour 20 now. So
What's my last thought? It was what was what I was watching on TV. I was just watching Alex climb Taipei 101. You hear about this thing?
did he do that? Did he do that with no ropes?
Yeah, sorry. Alex Honnold, solo free climber. Literally, this
I know.
is 12 hours ago, climbed
Were
Taipei 101.
we
I don't know if he survived yet. I only watched half.
were we just fully?
So
I think he did.
he probably did because,
Were we
we would have known.
fully expecting to just watch a man possibly die on live TV?
Yeah,
Like what?
Netflix, baby. This is great. There's like 10,000 people
That's the
watching it.
level of that's the level of dopamine the TikTok generation needs now. It's like nothing's exciting unless it's like we might be able to watch a guy die with zero stream delay. Like what did they like what's the plan there? What's what's Netflix's insurance policy on that?
Okay, so I
Right?
thought
Like
about
are
this.
they
I thought about this because I watched half of it, so I know. I think he survived. I only watched half of it. We'll
no,
see.
I know he did. I saw it on
I guess so.
Instagram.
I guess so. You
But
saw
I'm
he
just like,
survived. I haven't figured it out yet, but
what's it's fine that it's all fine and good, but it's like what was the contingency? That's
okay.
I want to know
I
like
think
the
I know. I
business
think I know. Okay, so
side.
they have a crane at the top of the building, right? And they have rope going all the way down. That's about it's somewhere between 10 and 20 feet from Alex, right? And there's a cameraman on there. Okay, so they haven't put any ropes on the building, right? But that guy could save Alex, not from him
Oh,
falling, from him being
uh,
like, "Hey guys, I'm done." I think is how it would happen. Like he'd be like, you know, he got to a place and he's like, "Guys, I'm stuck here. I can't go up anymore." I'm calling it. I think that's the contingency. But there's no contingency for him making a misstep. Like that's just, fuck. But I was gonna ask you, did you watch there I didn't watch this yet. There's a movie called Free Solo, which is one where he climbed El Capitan. I read about it a whole bunch
I
of
think
times, but I never actually watched the National Geographic
I
movie.
I might have caught bits and pieces of it, but that's just makes me too anxious. Like I'm not like a thrills guy, so it's just like I don't need to get my heart rate up for no reason, which it would if I watched that guy. And
So
so
yeah,
I tend to I wouldn't say I avoid it, but like I don't go out of my way to like seek that kind of stuff out, you know?
wow. It's funny. I could feel it watching it, because I didn't know. Again, I tried to watch it as early as possible so I wouldn't know the result. Um, there's certain steps he makes, and your heart rate just goes fucking up because he's making a dangerous step. And we're lucky that the cameras on the Netflix show are really balanced and stable. If you ever watch his YouTube stuff, there's sometimes he's got a GoPro on,
Oh,
and
dude,
that's
I
the
can't
most
handle that.
disorientating
I
thing. That's terrifying.
I get
You feel the
I get
terrifyingness.
vertigo looking at that myself because I'm just internalizing that. I can't imagine if you watch that on like a VR headset or something, it'd be just too insane. It'd be
Ooh,
so
I've never
immersive.
tried that. Ooh, that's probably awesome.
It
Weird.
probably is awesome, but it's so insane.
I've seen a bit of
So
it, but not that
I
level.
don't
Hmm.
I try not to like make my own stress levels high because they're high enough already, right? It's the same reason I don't watch horror movies, right? That like they're not fun to me. It's the same reason I don't like pranking people and I don't like being pranked. Like that's not fun to me, right? Like
Oh,
that's not my idea of like relaxing. So, you know, I'm more of like sip wine, look at the snow through a picture window. You know, I don't even really want to be in the snow. I want to like observe it through a clear glass window as if I was there. It's why I
uh,
like aquariums and not scuba diving, you know.
Yup. Yup. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's crazy. What did Netflix pay him, presumably, to?
Not sure.
Yeah,
Not sure on that, but I definitely feel like Netflix is handing out a lot of small deals these days. I feel like they're doing a whole bunch of not like $10 million deals, like more like $500,000 or hundreds of thousands or maybe a mil kind of things for deals. I just see all these comics coming out with shows. I was telling you about one the other day, and you were telling me I hate that comedian. Um, I'm forgetting who
who
it
is that?
was. Um, Bald head. Uh, Tom Segura. That was.
Oh, maybe.
Okay, so
Or
Tom
Bert
Segura
Kreischer.
came out a show on Netflix, and then so did Brett Kreischer recently too.
I
Um,
saw that.
and they're both C plus B minus tier shows. Like they're both they have funny moments.
I think they're only famous because they know Joe Rogan. Like they're not that funny, but they're like in his circle.
So you can tell like just okay, Brett Kreischer show. I just watched it, and you can tell like they cheap out on a whole bunch of things. Okay, like like the interlude music between the scenes of when you have like this down thing. It's the same fucking song for like every fucking like interlude scene. Like they're just being lazy about their cuts and it's because they don't have the budget, obviously. And I think that's just um it's just interesting. I can tell Netflix is putting out B or C garbage. Not garbage, just good enough. That's the whole strat, right? And
Bro, I was just reading because there's so much content out there right now. Uh, people just they don't like sit down and watch TV anymore. And so they have it on in the background while they're like doing their dishes or whatever. So it's like shows don't have to be that good. Like they don't have to have nice shots anymore, right? It's not like Breaking Bad where it's like every episode was like a movie, right? Because people aren't fucking looking at the screen. So I was literally just reading how writers, actually it was Matt Damon and Ben Affleck on Rogan that said this. They're like, we just give audio cues now because more people just have it and they're not even looking at the TV. I think it's just continual shittiness evolution, right?
this
That
is
being
the
said,
keep on, keep on.
I
Yep.
I just think YouTube is where everything good is because it's pure merit. Like like Netflix doesn't give you viewer counts or anything, right? But if you go to like a YouTube and it has like 500,000 likes and like 20 million views or whatever, like you can be like fairly assured that it's good, right? And like I just think the best content now isn't stuff where you need to be like given permission by some fucking Hollywood exec. It's like individual creators say what you want about YouTube, but it's like pure merit. Like if you're good, you're gonna have like lots of views. And
Yep.
I just watched the most random thing last night, and it was so fucking good. Like I did not expect it. It's about a guy who is living alone in Siberia for the last 20 years, and he just built himself like a log cabin. And anytime he needs anything, he has to walk 30 kilometers to get like food or like sugar. And it takes him like 5 to 7 hours each direction. But like the person who like shot the documentary on this guy just did such a good job. And you're just like, how does this person only have like 2 million subs? It's fucking, it was like art. Just like the pacing, the narration, the shots. It was really, really good. And I don't know. That's where all the good stuff is now.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. I like the way you're thinking. Wow. Um, yep, we have too much media. It's getting worse. I
So I
first
think
noticed it
the
with
only,
films. Like films got worse, from the 90s.
oh yeah.
And now they're
Well, the reason they pay Sandler like $500 million to make four bad movies, right? Because that's what people want. So he does it.
man, I
I mean,
see it.
Sandler's also won the game, right? He gets paid nine figures, and then he just makes a movie in a nice location with his homies because he just invites all his friends to be in his movies, And he just essentially gets like a paid vacation to shoot like a B level film. But that's what the market wants. They want easy.
Mhm.
I want to turn my brain off and just digest garbage that I'm going to forget as soon as I change the channel. You know what I mean?
I'm scared about the future because it's only going to get worse. AI is going to only make it worse. The quality of content, it's going to get bad.
I
Ah,
think through any, but like any time that happens, there's like an opportunity, right?
oh, yeah.
So kind of going full circle back to your CCAN thing, it's like, yeah, let Amazon sell you the Timu white labeled slop from China.
Yep.
But in that shittiness, there's opening of an opportunity where you can now fill in the gap of, oh man, there's no good quality shit. There's no custom stuff anymore. There's no taste making kind of things, right? And so I think, yeah, there's a lot more crap to wade through, but it's still an opportunity for like good stuff to make it to the top, you know?
I have one more dumb comment, and then maybe we can wrap up. Um,
Yeah.
um, this is like a mic drop dumb comment. I don't really want to
Okay.
talk about it. Um, Porn is worse because Americans don't make porn anymore, or Europeans don't make porn anymore. It's like outsourced to like shitty Eastern Europe now. I don't know.
Is that true?
I think that's true. Yeah, it's just it doesn't it sucks. It's terrible. It's mostly terrible because it's not in good English anymore. It used to be in good English, and we can't afford porn stars anymore in Western countries on the fringes. So it just sucks. It sucks. Yeah, that's my take. I don't want to talk about it. I won't. But I just know that's what I'm saying out loud. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if I have an opinion on this.
Yeah.
Um, my initial reaction is that I think free porn sucks. But like again, it's like YouTube and the creators. Then you have good people, I guess. Just there's also plenty of good stuff from like the creator economy through like
Ooh,
OnlyFans and shit.
you're right. There is.
And like plenty of chicks post themselves nude for free on Reddit because they like the attention, or some people just like sex more than others. So I think, yeah, there's tons of fucking slop out there, just like everything else. But again, in that gap, I think if you looked harder, the good content is there still. That
Maybe
I think that's my
maybe
knee jerk opinion because I also had no idea you were going that way.
maybe it's a dumb last comment. You know what? Okay, I'll keep going.
Like everyone's having a phone, so it's like, dude. Also, you don't have to go to like the curtained room in Blockbuster anymore. It's like anyone can make porn anytime. There is literally no barrier to entry. Like any couple can just be like, "Hey, want to film ourselves?"
You know what? I
And
think what it.
then porn exists.
Wow. I
So
I think I have a problem. I think my problem is I have a bit of doom scrolling addiction, um, and a bit of like Netflix addiction, and maybe a tiny bit of porn addiction. But I think I think my problem actually, and you just said it out loud, is since there's so much content, and it does give you tiny dopamine hits. It's so easy to fucking accept that and not work with great content, and that's the right
yeah,
answer, right?
I I have similar dopamine issues because, as I joked with Alana, we kind of have like addicty personalities. It doesn't matter like what you're doing. It's like you just get into something in a big way, right? And I agree with you. I think our evolution hasn't caught up to it, right? So we get stuck in this. It's the local maxima problem. It's like this is good enough, and then you just train your brain that that's fine, that you can accept mediocrity because that little hit of dopamine is still good enough. And I think you need to like be mindful about it and just be like, I do not accept garbage in any arena, in anything, right? It's just like you can't. I can't deal with like default settings. You have to like tune it. You can't just consume what mass media like serves up to you without like thinking about it, right? Like just don't accept default settings. Like
Mm,
the way your TV looks out of the box is not the best it can look. And that's I think that's like true for like just about everything, right? Because they're trying to hit top of the bell curve to like appeal to the most people. Well, by definition, that has to be average.
wow, that's wise words.
So I
Um,
think mindfulness in every decision you make, and I should take my own advice, but that's actually one of my goals too. Just mindfulness. Be like, just don't just eat the slop that's put in front of you. You know,
yeah,
you gotta reject it. And like the phone is your enemy now. It's always trying to steal your time. Like, do not treat it like your friend. Like that's not your pal, right? Like it's everything in that phone is like trying to steal the one thing you can't replace, which is like your attention.
it's a great, some great wisdom, buddy. Yeah, that's great. All right. Well, I think that's practically a wrap. I'm gonna do
Yeah, man.
book review corner, a book review, sorry, a book
Oh,
recommendation by Perry. I haven't opened it yet, but it's my new book to read, A City on Mars. So we'll see what that's like.
amazing, man.
And then the
Are we
last
doing
book I
that?
read was Ingram, and I really recommend you read it if you didn't read it yet.
Ingram. Oh, Louis C.K.
Yeah,
Uh, I'll add it to my list.
yeah, it was good, buddy.
Man, maybe I'll do one too then. One
Do it.
sec. I impulse bought this in Golden actually.
Okay.
And man, bro, the title just got me. It's one day everyone will have always been against this. And it's about what's going on in Gaza
Ooh.
and how everyone's basically a coward right now. But in 100 years, it'll be obvious that that was the wrong move. And it's just a great book, great commentary on today's politics. You saw what happened in Minnesota yesterday, just about 24 hours ago. It's just a and Mark Carney's speech at Davos. We didn't even really talk about that, but the book basically just like the pact, the social contract that we currently have with ourselves is fucked.
Dude, I
Great
want to just
read.
I want to keep talking with this man. But I know I'm kind of tired. But wow, social contracts broken in the States.
It's
Canada
broken.
less so. It's
It's also
fucking
broken in the
broken.
West. It's broken in the West. If you're not in the in club, which currently is Western power, in a ways, in a lot of ways, like I think even you and I as minorities, we're in it, but we're still on the fringes of it, right? Like you still get your C cans checked, still get locked up at the fucking border while they search your car. We're in it, thankfully, but man, most of the world is not in it, and they're being very unfairly treated, right? So it's a good commentary, and of course the title is just it's so good, it's so good, worth the read.
Yeah,
I'll send you the I'll send you the book jacket and the longer tweet that this guy made, and it was like giving me chills. But maybe we save it for the next pod and have one sooner rather than later.
yeah. Let's try to go sit around it later, dude. I think that's a good way to go. All right, buddy. Great, bud. Bye, everybody.
Yep.